rooting Mr. Paisley's hair. Not sure if it was going to be a boy or a girl, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a girl. She was originally Emma, but she is the Paisley kit. So I'm just trying to root a little bit of hair. It's not nearly done. I gotta do the front and even it out. And obviously right there. But I'm working on it. Yeah, so I just wanted to let people know that I actually do know how to root. Some babies are actually a lot harder than others. This one's actually not easy, even though she's a reborn kit, because the head is very, very soft, and I'm afraid of breaking it. So, basically, that's what I'm doing. So, it's going to be my little redhead. For a while, I thought that the baby would be good as a girl, but I'm actually not really sure with this hair that I want it to be a girl. I'll probably make it a boy at some point. But I was getting tired of the bald head because there was this pin mark on it that I couldn't stand. And it was just so dark, and I would have to keep him in hats all the time. So, and seeing as it's summer now, I thought it was a good idea to try to fix the issues on him while I still could. Earlier this morning, I rooted a Dash and Drake Jasmine's head, and when she's done, I will definitely do a video of her. I rooted her head and eyebrows. And then a couple days ago, and just finished yesterday, I did an Ash and Drake Emily hair rooting. And I also did her eyelashes. So, just the thing about Ash and Drake's hair, the original Ash and Drake's hair, is that they're oftentimes glued on in the most terrible fashion ever. So, they don't look real. They're just glued on. You can see the glue lining and stuff like that. And that was the case with Emily, and I really was not liking that. So, I just rooted her. A lot of people use wigs for them, but I just find that rooting is more natural for me. So, I mean, especially for realistic looking babies. I do use wigs on a lot of my toddlers, though, because sometimes it just takes forever to root a toddler's head. And yeah, I do root, but I haven't had a lot of time to do so. So yeah, so Mr. Paisley or Miss Paisley, I'm not sure exactly which one yet, is getting some red hair done. And yeah, I'm actually, the thing about rooting is that once you know how to do it, it's actually really therapeutic. Yeah, you have a razor sharp needle in your hand. Yeah, you can get cut. Yeah, it's hard work and patience is a virtue. But overall, you get a lot of anger that you feel towards the world out when you're rooting your doll's hair. So that's actually another reason why I personally root. It's because once I'm done and I realize what I've accomplished, I actually feel better about myself. And it's super... At first, I was super nervous about rooting because I had no idea if I would do well. But then the best idea if you're going to try to start rooting is to find a baby from like Goodwill that's like $4 or whatever, and to practice a few times on, because then you can really start to get the hang of the strokes that you need to get in and out of the head with the needle. And the thing about it is, though, if you're going to start rooting also, you need to make sure that you have multiple needles for each doll. The reason is because sometimes, depending on the doll you're rooting the hair on, it will literally break the needle multiple times. Like with my Lee Middleton girl, her head was pretty hard to root because her head is rock hard. But it took 6 needles for me to actually finish rooting her hair properly. And again, all babies are different. So, for example, this one, I haven't broken any at all. Neither have I on the Ashen Drake Jasmine or the Ashen Drake Emily. So, it really just depends on the doll brand and everything else like that. Yeah, and if you're going to root, don't forget to seal the inside of the head, because if you don't, the hair will start to fall out and get everywhere. So yeah, I just thought I would share that with everybody because I've been kind of obsessed with rooting lately. And I'm still pretty much a beginner, really, of reborning, but I actually really enjoy it. It's very therapeutic. The only thing that holds me back really from painting and other stuff with reborns is the prices, because sometimes it can get very pricey to even make a reborn. But once you actually get all the supplies and start painting, and it dries and it sets, and you see what you're accomplishing, it gives you a sense of, wow, I did this and I am happy, you know, because I did something with something that came to me barely anything. Because the kits, they don't have the coloring when you get them. You have to actually paint in all the skin tones and the veins, and if they're open eyes, you have to insert the eyes or make the eyes depending on what you're doing. And it's just a lot of work that goes into these. And a lot of people say, oh, why do you call these babies from China freaking reborns? Some person actually asked me that about my Arlo that I had at the park yesterday, because he was considered a knockoff. And knockoffs are basically kits that are from China that are stolen sculpts that, well, of course I didn't steal it, but the person who made it did. And they're supposedly toxic towards kids. When I originally bought Arlo, I had no idea. So basically, I bought something that I wasn't sure what was going on with. But now, I can't really say he's a knockoff that much anymore. Because what I did was, once I found out he was a knockoff, I took him apart, took out all his innards, and I restuffed him, reweighted him. I gave him a new body. The only thing that stayed the same was the lens. But I did repaint him and root him. So now you cannot really state that he's a knockoff. He is a reborn. Because a reborn, the definition of a reborn is you can take any doll, any at all, strip it completely of paint. Completely down to the blah blah blah. And then you begin to paint them yourself. Making them your own creation. Making them realistic. Making them the way you see a baby really should look like. Realistic and all that kind of stuff. And once you have it completed, that's your baby. So instead of criticizing people for having a different type of reborn than you do, maybe you should consider that maybe they worked really hard to make it the way it is. For example, Arlo. It took me a while to get him to where he is now. When I first got him, I wasn't happy with the seller. I wasn't happy being bullied about him being a knockoff. I almost gave up on him. But I'm just saying, if you really like a baby, whether it's knockoff or not, don't let anyone tell you what to love and what to not love. It doesn't work out for anybody on either end. This guy's not a knockoff, though. This is the reborn case. Yeah, so I've been working on him all day. And all day, almost all day yesterday. But he's not nearly done. Thank goodness. So much to do. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with all of you. So again, don't let anyone tell you what kind of baby to love. You know, it's really just depends on what makes you happy. And if it's knockoff, so be it. If it's an Ash and Drake, so be it. If it's a vintage troll doll, for all I care, so be it. Love what you do, and don't let anyone tell you that it's wrong, because honestly, it's not about them. It's about you and what makes you happy. Anyway, I thought I would share that. And I will do an after video of when he is done, and a before and after video, technically, of Jasmine and my Ash and Drake Emily, who I named Cassia. And I also rooted recently my little fairy baby, Jericho. He has the same color hair as this little man. So yeah, I will definitely do a video upcoming, so stay tuned. And if you like this video, please like and sub. And don't be afraid to comment if you have something to say. Just try to make it positive. That's all I ask. Alright, well, have a good day, everybody.